Hello, everybody. Welcome to our episode of Ed's Auto Garage. Today is going to be a special edition of Ed's Auto Garage. This is a Father's Day edition, and I have both my boys here with me. I have Emilio Arango, who is 27, and Aidan Arango, my younger son, who is 25. And I thought I'd take the opportunity and kind of do a special kind of goofy Father's Day edition of Ed's Auto Garage and kind of talk to the boys and kind of get the feeling of their perspective as young guys in involved in the love and the passion as a young person for the cars. But before we get started, let's get some of the homework out of the way, which is our show. Today's show is brought to you by Newport Beach Insurance Center. Newport Beach Insurance Center is a full-service insurance brokerage that specializes in providing insurance to the automotive industry. From your average grocery getter to classic collector cars to insurance automotive OEM repair shops, restoration shops, automotive component manufacturers, and even dealerships. We write coverages with many of the top carriers, and we can customize a policy to fit your needs. Check us out, Newport Beach Insurance Center at www.npbic.com or call us at 949-358-7990. We're also sponsored by Capta IMS, your no-nonsense insurance agency management software and CRM. Capta IMS is for the independent insurance broker to medium-sized agency. Capta IMS is built by insurance professionals for insurance professionals. Visit our site at captaims.com for more details. That's Capta, CAPTAIMS.com. And we'll be including the contact information in our show notes. So back to my guys here. And I think we can say that we've kind of been car guys our whole lives, and you guys have as well.
For the most part.
Aidan, I mean, you started driving, when did
15, 14?
15, 14. Tell us a little bit about how it was when you started driving and when I started getting you involved with your
the first car that I can actually remember driving was the Volkswagen, the Bug.
I think maybe the Bug. Yeah.
I couldn't drive that thing, and then it's manual bouncing back and forth, and
with the clutch,
it scared me for sure for a little bit.
Yeah, and then but I mean, remember when we started? I had you guys. I taught you guys to drive in the Jetta, which was manual, and I had an intention of not teaching you guys to drive in an automatic.
We all did. Yeah. The first thing we did was learning the manual. Manual.
So we
didn't have a choice.
We didn't really have a choice. We kind of did it in the manual. We kind of, I made sure my boys learned how to drive stick from day one. And
still drive stick to this day.
Yeah, I'd rather drive stick.
So Emilio, tell us a little bit about the cars that you've had since you're 27 now. You've owned a couple of cars now. Tell us about what you've had and what modifications you've done to them, and what you have now.
Basically, from the beginning, it's always been with having the first one was the 914, no?
Yeah.
That's when we first got the 914.
That
was our first car in sophomore year, because
you did drive it.
Yeah, because I had it in high school before.
I don't think you drove the 914.
before I took it apart.
And also, just real quick, it's kind of nice to be at the point where you're at an age that you're having beers with your kids. So cheers, guys. So anyway, so yeah, you had the 914. So what did you think about the 914 when we first got it?
I mean, it was cool for what it was. I mean, it was a small, quick car. It was simple. It was really easy. Easy to drive, I guess, for the most part. But it was kind of weird having the dog leg first on there.
Right.
Because it had dog. It was the first gear was going down, so you got.
So first gear started like where second would be, kind of, and then second was like third, and then fourth, fifth, and then back to reverse.
Yeah, because reverse was in sixth.
Right, basically in that space. Yeah, because it was a 5-speed, but was it a 5? Yeah, it was a 5-speed, and then it had the gear off back to the back.
But then we tried doing the whole conversion thing on it, and it didn't really pan out. Yeah, so we just kind of stopped on that one, and then that's when we got the Bug. I think the '73 white Bug that we bought it from down the street.
We had it because 914 was in the whatever.
We had the 914.
Yeah, we kept the 914. Yeah, but then we had the Bug because we got it. That was when I turned 17, and we had that for a few months.
And you drove it to school for a little while.
Yeah, to school, to the gym,
to practice
forever.
And stuff.
Yeah, to practice. I liked it.
Which is just down the street.
Yeah, down the street. Would go to the local VW shop up the street. Pick up parts whenever I needed parts. I ended up changing it to like a T-shift.
Yeah.
Stick. That was kind of cool.
I guess that was his car.
That was his car. Yeah, because I was still driving. I guess the Jetta at that time. I was still with the Jetta, and then.
Mom had what theme then?
Mom had one of the white wagon. I think she had the white wagon. Yeah, because that would have been after the Acadia, and that was high. Yeah, that was the white wagon. And then
after the Bug, that's when I had the Jetta because you got. I don't know what you got. Truck. You got not the truck.
No, I got the Alpha.
Yeah, for the first one.
The first Alpha.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Why did we get a truck?
When did we get?
Why did we get a truck?
Oh, that was later, but
we got the truck in 2014, so that was
my senior year.
Your senior year, yeah, way later.
Wow.
We got the truck in 2014. We got that, and that's when I was stepping away from the Alpha.
Well, when you got the Alpha, I got the Jetta, so that was kind of cool. The Jetta, having the turbo chipped, intake and everything.
That's right, because that car had intake, cold air intake. It was chipped.
But you did all that.
I did that.
You had it like that. That's how it was always my entire time.
Yeah, I had it, but then you did. You did stuff to it too?
Oh yeah, I tried doing the suspension. Remember?
Well, you didn't try. You did.
Oh, I did, but we did it in here.
Up with the wheel rubbing and crap.
Yeah, when we tried driving it afterwards, and it was like
couldn't turn.
Yeah, we didn't tighten it down enough.
But we ended up getting it okay, right?
Yeah, it was fine. It was just just kind of making us kind of feel like.
I don't think so. I think it was okay. We sold it. We made good money on that car for what it was. When we sold that car, didn't it have close to 100,000?
Yeah, like 100,000 miles.
Yeah, it had, and I bought that car brand new in 2004.
Mm-hmm. Wait, how many miles?
It had 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Over. So we had, and I think I had the car. We had the car here. Probably 10 years. We probably had it at least 10 years since. 04. You were 10.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Had it so.
That was a good car. That was a fun car.
No, it was a good car.
I kind of wish it didn't sell that one.
That was the one that the spool.
I know that one had
that one would be
the turbo sound.
The turbo sound on it.
And then after that,
bum bum bum.
Oh yeah, that's when I got the car. Yeah, that's when I have my current car, my 16 STI. Yeah, Subaru. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a beast.
Oh yeah, that's the fastest car I've ever driven so far. Oh yeah, actually no, you're right. Yeah.
You drove
the Porsches.
The Porsches that you drove. Yeah, you were able to drive.
So still, this is still like almost if not
Well, I
going.
mean, it was your dream car.
Yeah, it was my dream car growing up. You know, so always seeing it. You know, always kind of like gravitated towards it. So
The
Subaru.
the Subaru,
Yeah.
it kind of was as a little kid. It was. I mean, when I say little kid, you were 15, 16, 17 years old.
No,
You always
than that.
even you still gravitated
I've
towards
always kind of remember one time in I think it was in fifth grade.
He was playing Gran Turismo 4 and he'd still
Gran Turismo 3. Yeah. But I remember in fifth grade, like seeing like in the playground, like now we're here like a. I'll look over and then like it's like a black STI driver, and I was oh shit. So ever since then, I was like, I'm gonna get one of those. But I don't have the blow off though.
No,
not yet.
I mean, not that I probably will, but I want to still do other stuff to it first.
I mean, and for all intents and purposes, I mean, he bought the car on his own. He did it. The only thing that I did as a parent is we had the Jetta. Again, the Jetta was 10 years old and had over 100,000 miles on it. So whatever money he got out of the Jetta, when he sold it, I said, you can sell it. You can, whatever you make out of that Jetta, you can use that as your down for the car. And that's what he did. And, and he,
what, how much you sell it for?
Like 8,000. Yeah. So, which was good. I thought for that car, geez Louise. And,
now I have this and it's all good to go. Now we want to possibly.
And now the car's paid off.
Yeah, now it's done.
Now the Subaru's totally paid off. And I mean, you were going to college, you were working and paying your car note. And you had your, those responsibilities that you had to take care of, and still go to school. So, I mean, it was good. And now you have the car paid off.
Now it's mine.
Now it's yours. So let me ask you guys, your peers, your friends, do you see any of your friends? So let me backtrack a little bit. When I was growing up and I was that age, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever, that kind of pivotal age, all my friends were into cars. Every guy was kind of into cars. It was just the way it was. There was really nothing else that you really kind of really gravitated to. I mean, you played sports and and when sports was over with,
we got cars.
Yeah, when sports was over with, you kind of dealt with and looked at cars. I mean, you guys growing up in school was there kids that were all into cars, or how was it when you guys?
I mean, at least for me, it was just, there's always, like in high school, it's just the niche group. I mean, it's not,
it's smaller, I'd say now.
I mean, not nearly what you would think, honestly. I mean, the only, like, out of my friend group, the only friend I would say at the time that really liked cars was probably Jake and Wyatt. That's it.
Jake and Wyatt, right? Those two guys. But then, I mean,
but
like Dane likes cars. I mean,
to a certain
to an
extent.
extent.
Yeah,
that's the thing, is how far can you go with it? I mean, oh yeah, not very many people in high school were car people.
So it was always a small group of people that would park in the back right corner.
If anything, like we were like the only ones, not the only ones, but like the small handful of people that really liked it. But then again, like it was always one of those things that you kind of.
I mean, I felt like it'd be different in the valley versus here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I mean, when you guys were going to school, I mean, you guys were 2 years apart. So when you were a junior, he was a freshman, and then so he came in. Aidan, how about you? I mean, with your cars, what were the cars that you've had and drove? But there was a period of time prior to your first car. I mean, you drove like the family car.
I drove the wagon, and then I drove.
Right.
I think that's actually it, just the wagon.
Yeah, you drove the wagon, basically.
Mom's black being the other one.
What was before the Mini?
Nothing. Oh, I didn't have a car.
You didn't have a car before the Mini, but then again, you got the Mini at 17, right?
Yeah. No. 17? No, 16.
Were you high
Or
school?
16? You got it at 16, maybe.
Oh, shit. That's fine.
Actually, no, 17. My senior year. 17, 18. Yeah.
17, 18. You got it your senior year?
Yeah.
How many miles is that?
That April of my senior year.
It was used, huh?
Used with 46
46,000. Yeah, it had about 46,000 miles on it.
2007.
Right, 2007.
Worst investment of our life.
Yeah, I helped you with that one. I helped you get that car, and
which, I mean, I always wanted a Mini.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I guess Italian Job. But
because of that Italian Job movie.
You just wanted it because of the movie.
Actually, it was a cool car. It was a cool car, but I mean, that car did have some issues. I mean, what were like some of the first things that you started noticing with the Mini? I mean, I don't mean to bash on Mini, and we don't mean to bash on Minis, and Minis are good, but this one just happened to be a little bit of a sour apple. And I mean,
the one thing I remember the most was when I would hold the clutch in for, I guess, extended period of time or something. If I was on, I don't know, a hill or whatever it was, and I would slowly take it out, it would do the no, it would make a loud like grinding sound. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah,
and you're like, whoa, what the hell is that?
Yeah. It was something weird that we couldn't pinpoint.
Maybe, yeah. Like, I don't know that.
But you also had issues with the electrical and the key. Remember, we had that. Oh no, the key. The key was the push, the fob. Right.
It would just pull out. I don't know. Car would be on and pull out.
Yeah.
You're like,
wasn't there an issue like, I don't know, the spark plug was misfiring?
The coil packs. Because that car had
it was a 4 turbo.
4-cylinder.
Yeah, it had the individual coil packs on it.
Older cars, I was running on 3 out of them instead of 4.
4 for a while. Yeah.
So I was getting like issues. A third of my, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, we ended up putting like thousands of bucks into that car.
I think what we paid like 14.
Don't even go there, man.
And the repairs were what, 11?
Holy shit!
In 3 years?
Yeah, in 3 years we probably doubled. The car ended up costing us $30,000.
Jesus.
In a sense.
In total.
In total, buying the car and all the expenses on that car, and then we walked away from it, and then
we traded in and got what, $8,000 for it?
Yeah, we got like $8 or $9,000 for it.
And that's when I got the Focus. So.
But you have a Focus ST.
Focus ST, red, 2017.
Yeah. Is it 17 or 16? 17, right?
Last year.
17? It was the last year of them.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore.
Right.
Ford only does the
Fiesta?
No, they only do the Mustang, and then everything else is SUVs.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. You noticed Fiesta and Focus is no more, dude.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Well, they don't exist in the States.
Yeah, in the States.
Oh, okay,
in the States.
Yeah.
So I mean, we get stuff in the mail all the time. Hey, buddies, you want to sell us the car back? You know, from the dealerships. So we get that a lot.
Even more so not soon, right?
I mean, now, with all the freaking
used cars going up and stuff. Yeah.
I can not make money, but
no, I mean, I
could pay off my loan and still pocket money, essentially.
Right, but I mean, right now,
that's not going to trade it in.
Yeah, right now. What's your car payment?
$200.
Yeah, so you're paying $200 a month, right?
For the car. 3-year-old car with 32,000 miles.
Yeah, it's 32,000 miles on the car right now, and it's the car's basically just a few years old.
4 years, actually.
4 years old.
4 years in April.
Yeah, I mean, and because we got the car and we leased it when we first got it, but it had a really low residual. When we went to turn the car in after the lease, the guy was like,
I was going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, I knew that we wanted. I mean, it's been a total
no issues, no nothing.
Complete difference in the two cars. The
shout out Ford.
Yeah, shout out to Ford on that one, man. I gotta hand it. I don't know why they stopped making that car, or at least bringing the car into the States, because that's really been a really good car. And I was kind of a little apprehensive of a Ford, but it's actually still a real good, tight, quick, enjoyable, easy to drive car, comfortable.
I like it.
Yeah, the Fords. I mean,
car too,
but your Subaru, man, that thing is like this, and it's like
it's like high.
It's intense.
I'm reading on the.
Yeah, that car's intense. I mean, that car's like this all the time, trying to the Ford Focus is so much more
Practical.
It's just a better everyday car.
Everyday car. That's a good way to put it. It's a better everyday car. A better everyday car.
Still want to chip it. I still want to exhaust. I want to
cool air
intake. You gotta do a tank first.
Get a fucking
what? You gotta what?
Get a tint.
Yeah. So just typical family stuff, right?
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago for his birthday, we told him, mom and dad told him, hey, go get your car tinted. We'll pay for it. Go get it tinted. Mr. Lazy here went like a whole year and did not get it.
Whole year. It's still been.
Well, no, I mean, years now. No. But the whole year went by, and I go, okay, dude, that was last year's present for your birthday. No more. Okay, it's off the chart now. You can't you can't cash in your tint. You're done. You had a whole year. He never scheduled it. He never went and did it. But so he never got his windows tinted. So that's on him. So anyway,
I messed up.
Yeah, you messed up. But yeah, I mean, I love the fact that we've been able to kind of do stuff and be kind of auto-focused here in the family. I mean, their mom, my wife Yvette, she's also very, very supportive of all the BS that
all the projects
that we have all kind of jumped into and kind of done as well. So shout out to mom on that one. So from a young age, I mean, you guys were pretty young. I mean, you guys were still, I know you guys were pretty much young kids. We started going up to Monterey and taking trips to go see the historics, the historic races up there. Tell me a little bit about what was like your first impressions when you guys got there. What did you guys think about it?
That was the first time I ever saw. At the time growing up, my favorite car or whatever was the Enzo.
Oh yeah,
that was the first time I
saw it in person.
Like, oh, this is real.
But at the venue, I mean, was it like, wow, look at all these race cars? This is kind of the first time you guys ever saw real race cars too.
Did we go to Fontana? No.
We went to Fontana to do some things also.
Those were like
maybe
Monterey was the first time.
Yeah.
Race stuff. Yeah. I mean, with all the paddocks and the pits, and everything, that was the cool thing about going to Monterey. Just the whole Saturn 917, sitting in those cars, seeing everybody, all the old cars too. Really, I mean, just being at the track is really fun too. Walking around,
everything, the noise, the smell. I mean,
everything. Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
Do you guys? That's a good thing. I mean, do the smells? Do you dig the smells?
Gasoline all day.
Yeah.
Burning rubber,
exhaust,
yeah,
fuel smells and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool to. I mean,
that's why the Corvette was cool.
Yeah, the Corvette was kind of a smelly car, but it was cool to have and kind of drive around with. I mean, the thing with also the Monterey. It was 2-3 days of just engulfing yourself into this whole the whole car lifestyle heavily, because
it wasn't even just the track, it was the whole city.
The city, going to Carmel at night, and go get something to eat, and then you'd walk, and then
car show there.
There's a car show there in the street. Yeah. Or remember, you guys remember when we went to that? Where was that? Over by the cannery in Monterey.
Well, that's a supercar show. Well, that was for the longest we used to go, and it was just nothing. I mean, it wasn't an actual car show. It was just people would show up and it would park their cars. A car show just based off whoever showed up. And then eventually one year we went, and then they actually made it a car show.
Yeah, they turned it into a car show. So
that's when the whole recent marketing stuff started going.
But they actually moved, because they're not supercars of Cannery Row. It's like supercars of. Right. They moved that show somewhere else.
Oh, so it's not Cannery Row
anymore.
I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen this year. I mean, I would love to go this year in August. I
think I already looked up the hotels. Already all almost booked. Yeah.
Oh my
I got
goodness.
I got the weekend off. Or
You got the weekend off?
requested it.
Yeah. Your mom will kill me because again, Monterey week always lands on our anniversary, and your mom, you know how your mom gets about that. I mean, if she's game to go, I'm thinking go, but I mean, sometimes she gets a little card out, right? And so yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of always been kind of a fun thing for us to do and partake in and enjoy. I mean, what other car car experiences have you guys had that you guys think of? So you've got like your uncle who has the Mustang, and then we've had friends like Eric who has the Porsches, who he's let you were too young still. Yeah, you didn't even have a license. You were too young, but you were like 16 or 17 years old, and he would like throw you the keys on his 911, and you just say,
"Rip around the corner, I'll come back." Yeah. It was. I mean, that's when he had was it the 2010S? I think
it was 4S.
It was. Well, wasn't before his first one. He had just the yes. I think that was pretty cool for what it was, obviously.
Yeah.
And then 4S though was great. And then after that, he got the 4S, and I was like, that was great. Way crazier.
Could you think you could feel the difference in the two cars?
Like it was night and day. Like the PDK, I think, was different. Yeah, because that one
had the second one had PDK. Yeah.
The PDK was the
which he didn't like at first, right?
Who?
Eric?
No, I think he liked it. He just I think
he wanted.
I think they wanted to get. I think he wanted to get a shifter, manual, but it was what was offered. I know that's
still a cool car though.
Yeah. And I know from when we talked to Eric about that during that when he had that car, had both those cars, he would still take. I remember back then he told me that he would still take the older Porsche, the older 911, which was what, a 997, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think is what it is. It's the older model, the previous model, because there were certain little things about the newer one that seemed to be just a little bit not as well made.
Tacky.
Yeah, well, not necessarily tacky, but just maybe almost. I don't know if it's
it was lighter. That's right.
Lighter, maybe
lighter,
the pieces felt a little thinner, maybe a little cheaper, kind of almost. They were skimping. They have to skimp somewhere, to make that next car for that next year lighter, faster, quicker, easier, so they've got to, something's got to give.
Yeah.
So they got to trim it down as much as they can.
I mean, it was the fastest. That was the fastest car that I've ever driven, I think, so far.
Yeah. Even faster than you felt it feels quicker. Because to me, your Subaru, to me, your, no. But really, to me, driving your Subaru, I mean, it's like, wow, it is to me, is super quick.
I mean, the shifting takes obviously that's the half of it now. Is that every car that's not PDK, but whatever it's dual clutch, whatever it's called, paddle shifters. Yeah. I mean, all those cars are so much faster than manual cars, just because you can't compete with that.
Yeah, no, you can't compete.
Yeah, it's like a freaking video game.
Instant.
Yeah, it's instant. I mean, but yeah, if you drive my car and you drive in it,
but your car doesn't take off until it's high RPM.
Yeah, no, you can get it up there.
But
it opens up and
once you get it up there,
it gets going.
Yeah, it gets going.
Well, I mean, your car. I know that your car. You switched it and you put the Cobb short shifter in there.
Yeah, it's a short throw.
Yeah. So I mean, it is literally just click.
Yeah,
click. I mean, it feels very notchy. Yeah,
Yeah,
very. It's click.
Mm-hmm.
Click. It takes a little. I would like it if I got more used to it. I think if I drove it more, it would kind of get used to it. I mean,
every time I drive it, I hear it click and it stops.
I mean, I drive the Alpha here, I drive the Alpha in here, and I mean, and the throw is like, way over here.
No, it's more up here.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of on a high thing up here when you're driving it. So, But the niche, the notchiness, you have that notches. It almost feels like it's gated.
Yeah, almost.
It almost feels like it's a gated shifter. Now
mine's long, but it feels
yours
gated.
is yours is longer, not as long as this, not as not as short as that.
It's got some length.
Yeah,
this feels fine. I mean, it's not.
And his car is peppy. His car to me is peppy. You jump on your car, you can jump on that car, and it gets gets going. I mean, kudos to all these companies that have been able to just suck so much, get so much power and so much horsepower and so much torque out of these 4-cylinder cars. Yours is turbo, right? Yeah,
4, but it's a big one.
It's like a 2.3 or something. 2.5 in yours, and then yours is 2.0 turbo. Right. So yeah, I mean it because you've got 280 some horsepower,
like 252.
252 in the horse in yours, and yours is
305 or something.
About 305 in yours.
That's 50 differences.
Yeah, that's a small and basically small car. But you know what? I mean,
this car's way bigger.
Yeah,
mine's huge. Yeah.
His car. You think about it. I don't know if people realize that. I mean, you think about like a Subaru WRX or basically the Impreza.
It's a sedan.
It's a sedan.
It's a freaking a grocery car. Yeah,
with a big wing in the back.
Big old fishtail wing in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it is I would say like a medium size. It's like a 3 Series size.
It's pretty nice in the back.
Yeah,
it's a 3 Series. Yeah.
It's like a 3 Series size car, and comparing it to like a BMW in size, I would say. And I mean, yours is still a little bit of a hatchback. It's not like what's the Fiesta, the one?
The Fiesta was small.
The Fiesta was small, yeah. So
those, I mean, when I test drove the Fiesta, it was, I don't know, it just felt cheaper. It just felt really cheap. Like,
yeah, it's
way cheaper. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah, it felt really, really small and stuff. So anyway, so remember we went through this whole kick for a while that it was like almost every Saturday morning we were getting up,
Cars and Coffee,
and going to Cars and Coffee. I mean, and you guys dug that. I mean, what was it about Cars and Coffee that you guys that attracted you guys? And why wouldn't, I mean, what do you think it was? I mean, did you have friends that wanted to go or would go or even knew about it? Or did they think you guys were weirdos because you guys were going to Cars and Coffee?
Well, they thought we were crazy for waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was the first thing. But, I mean, I don't know. It was just being able to actually see, cars you never played in video games.
Well, cars you never see on the basis. That too. I mean, like Pro GTs, GT40Ss, whatever they are.
Yeah,
old. I mean, all kinds of cars.
Literally cars you don't see every day. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
So cars you see in magazines or
I
don't know. Like,
so how do you think the video game car related video games have
taken off,
have influenced you guys in your decision in cars?
A lot.
I mean, growing up with,
you bought yourself the original wheel that we used.
Oh yeah,
for yourself. I don't know. You didn't use it.
Which one is that? What is
the Gran Turismo wheel for PlayStation?
I have I have that.
That's what you bought.
Where is it?
Well, I don't know if you still have it, but
was it with the PS2?
Yeah,
that was like back in
the day. The first. Yeah,
that was like on the back of the day, like PS2, Gran Turismo 3.
Oh, that's when you were a little kid and you would sit in here and put your helmet on
and drive. Yeah,
that's right.
Well, that's at Chatsworth. I mean,
we had it at Chatsworth too. That's true. Yeah,
wake up in the morning.
Yeah, we had a Gran Turismo wheel, and did it have a shifter? With it?
So. Well, I mean, it was just
built
up down,
up down. It was built into the side of it. Yeah.
Upwards.
And it had a wheel, but now you've got a pretty good wheel system.
Now I have a pretty good one.
Yeah, I mean, that game for sure helped me know my nationalities of the cars, manufacturers.
That game's the reason I know
all the
Japan,
all the cars,
Japanese brands, like German,
all the brands like that. I mean,
like even the small ones like Opel, Peugeot.
Yeah, all the kind of
the ones that aren't in this country.
right. And let's talk a little bit about actual professional racing. What you're wearing a Mercedes hat. So what? I mean, you do not own a Mercedes, and I know that for a fact.
Yeah. The number one question I always get.
Do you have a Mercedes?
Do you have a Mercedes?
And you're like, no, I don't.
Like, no, dude.
This is
I'm
supporting the race
the,
team.
the Dodgers, bro. Like,
Do you own the Dodgers? That's true. That's a good way to put it. Do you own the Yankees? You've got a Yankees hat on. You know, yeah, of course. That's a good way. I didn't think about it that way. But
shuts them up pretty quick.
yeah, because it is a team. I mean,
supporting. Whatever.
No, exactly. I mean, they don't
It's
half
nice,
the people. More than half the people don't realize it's the team.
yeah,
You know?
it's a team. So again, another group of people that are kind of another group that don't understand that there is, you know, just because you're you know, so, you know,
wearing a brand.
wearing a Ferrari hat, or you're wearing a Mercedes hat, or you're, you know, wearing, you know, whatever, a Red Bull hat or something like that. I mean, there are teams behind that. And I mean, and you guys follow them pretty close. I mean, both of you guys follow them.
I mean, for the last couple of years, yeah.
I've kind of dropped off the last couple of years just because it's
Dropped
always
off.
been hand bought ver every single race.
Ham bop vert. Yeah. Okay. Explain to everybody what you mean by ham bop.
Well, that's how it was in the last few years, really.
Last 3 years.
Yeah,
3
Hamilton, Bottas, and
Verstappen.
Verstappen.
And I
Yeah,
was like,
in
And
F1.
now
So
it's Hamburg
Progress.
progress.
So it's changing now a little
So-
bit. But I mean, it's exciting. It's always been exciting. I mean, I kind of was growing up watching it through the whole Mark Webber era, Sebastian Vettel era, you know,
Jenson Button.
just a button, right? Yeah,
Massa. Yeah.
Massa.
right. Massa. Yeah, and still, what's his- we saw Schumacher racing. You know,
Yeah, Schumacher.
yeah, but then also, I mean, Alonso. Yeah. I mean, he's back, and he's one of the old guys now.
Yeah.
You know.
He was the boss back then.
Yeah. I mean, Tim and Kimmy.
Yeah, and Kimi Räikkönen. I mean, those guys are the kind of like the old guys now out there racing. But yeah, I mean, we love following it. And
I mean, I get up every morning to watch the race.
Yeah,
Is the French one this weekend? What time is it at? 6 in the morning?
5, 4. Or,
is it this
5
weekend?
or
So they're
6.
gonna start doing practices on Friday.
Yeah, because the French is this week.
Mm. And then
Yeah, 6.
It's 6 in the morning?
Yeah.
I'll probably do it.
Nah, I don't know if you want to. It's a good boring race.
you think so?
France is always boring.
France, what's the track?
Paul Ricard.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
the one with all the
Yeah.
color.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so that's always, you know, it's always on race day, you cannot pick up your phone. You cannot touch your phone on race day.
Especially on the West Coast.
Yeah, on the West Coast, you cannot touch your phone on
What
race
sucks
day.
for us over here.
Yeah, because the
That's why I
minute
get up.
you got to turn the TV on and leave the phone alone, because or else you're gonna get, you know,
Wake up and
spoiled.
figure out.
Yeah, you start looking and all of a sudden you say win.
Hamilton.
Yeah, and it says Hamilton, you know, and then it's like, oh, okay, thanks a lot, you screwed it for me.
Yeah.
So I mean, that kind of happens all the time. So we gotta have to be kind of careful here from our end here.
I mean, so let me ask you this. So out of the cars you've owned in the past, you know, whatever cars they were, which is the one that you wish you never
Got rid of
got rid of? Yeah.
My 1970 Chevelle.
Chevelle.
Was it
Not
red
the
one?
GTI?
No, it was my GTI.
Yeah, I said the
My 1970 Chevelle that I had, which was light blue with the column injected hood. The only thing it was automatic, but that, I mean, that if I still had that car, that would have been a nice car too. I would have kept and restored it. You know, I sold that car because I didn't have $100. I needed $100 to fix my front end bushings, because my front end, the bushings were going, so my wheels would kind of wobble like this. So what would end up happening, my front tires would wear. So they would wear really fast. So like every
3 months,
every like 3 to 6 months, I had to go buy like new front tires because they were all getting worn out. And the tires then, back then the tires were like $30, you know, $30 for you know, there used to be a series of stores when we were young kids that were called the Super Shops. And the Super Shop was a chain and it was performance. But back then it was all about muscle cars in that era, right? So it was a chain store of where you got like muscle performance parts, like Summit Racing on the internet. Like Summit is a you know, an online performance catalog, right? So you would go to this store, Super Shops, and you could just walk in and buy whatever you needed. And I was always going in there and buying. You know, I think I did it at least 3 times that I can remember that I bought. 3 times that I went in and bought 2 sets of tires for the front, because I had you know, $60 or whatever, or you know, $45 or whatever, but you know, the bushings I think were like $100, and then you know, I don't know how much to have them put on or whatever it was. I don't remember the whole thing. And again, I was a young kid, and and then also during that period of time, you got to think about it. We were going through a lot of fuel crises where gas got real expensive. So, or, you know, we hit a point where we had to get gas. We could only get gas on every other day. Right. So, and it depended on the last letter or the last number of your license plate. So if you had an even or odd number, you got, you know, it would make it depend on when you could get gas. 9999. That's kind of what it was. Jeez. So it made it tough. We had to get gas that way. So I don't know. It kind of sucked a little bit, but anyway. So yeah. I mean, that was kind of one of my good cars that I think that I would wish I still owned. My GTI was fun. I mean, but I had that. I was already in my 20s. Your mom and I were dating. I had that car. Your mom did not like driving that car. And it was kind of funny. That was thick. Yeah, it was kind of funny. You don't realize, I thought that car was peppy and fast, and it was agile and easy to, you know, it was like one of the first hot hatches. It was the first hot hatch, actually. It was what would be considered a hot hatch. Yeah. And I think that car only had 90 horsepower from the factory. 90 horse. And it was little. It was a little, I want to say it was like maybe 1.8 or 1.6.
Bug.
Yeah. I mean, they were kind of very little engines and little displacement. But you know, I mean, it you know, it is what it is. Let me see. What other car did I have that I wish I still had? I had that Mustang GT, which was nice.
The gray one?
Yeah, the gray one. That was way before you guys were born. And that was a fun. Your
mom had a Mustang, but
your mom had a blue 4-cylinder Mustang. Wow.
I remember that one.
You remember that one?
Yeah, she sold it to Erika.
Yeah, to your aunt. Yeah. So wow, so you guys were, because
I remember being in the back seat of that car.
You remember being in the back of that car?
All blue in the back.
Yeah. You guys were in.
I forgot how old I was. But...
Well, probably still car seats, or boosters at least, back in the day. So anyway, so I think this kind of wraps it up for us, man. I love you guys. You guys are the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life. So, and I'm glad you guys are, you know, who you guys have become, the men that you guys have become. And, you know, I love the fact that you guys love cars. I love the fact that you guys love cars. You guys love adventure. You guys love, you know, sports, which is really great. And, for Father's Day, this is the best Father's Day gift you guys can give me. So
nice. Thanks. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, guys. All right, guys, take it easy. Thank you so much. All right. And we will talk again on our next podcast. Thanks, everybody.